Today we're taking a look at the gorgeous Thermaltake View 27 Snow Edition. Hello and welcome to Gadget Joe. The View 27 is already a stunning case with the curved edge gullwing viewing panel that wraps itself around the top to create a much larger viewing angle that really helps to showcase the system inside. The Snow Edition is the white variant and it really does look good. The front of the case features a large black tinted acrylic panel that gives an extra dimension to the design. The tinted effect is perfect for showcasing the three 120mm white ring fans that are included in the box. The choice to use acrylic over glass might seem to be an unusual one, however I can assure you that the acrylic panel is absolutely the perfect choice of materials. You will notice the honeycomb grille behind this panel, which also helps distribute the air evenly through the ventilation gaps at the side of the case. At the top end of the case you have a reset button to the left and a larger power button to the right, power and load lights and two USB 2.0 ports and a further USB 3.0 port over here. You also have a microphone input and an audio output, and that is pretty much it for the front, keeping it simple yet clean. Moving to the rear of the case, you see a space for the PSU mountable on the bottom, multiple thumb screws for removing the side panels and 8 expansion slots, and a further 2 expansion slots mounted vertically for the vertically mounted GPU option that you can add to this case. At the top you have rear ventilation for the extra 120mm ring fan that is included in the box also, and of course the I/O panel spacing to the left. Turning the case to the side, you are presented with the viewing panel. The acrylic panel takes up the majority of the side and covers the Psu Shroud inside and then showcases the system inside. Opting for acrylic again instead of glass proves to be a popular choice for durability, and also, yet again, it does not show up any fingerprints. To open this side, you need to undo the thumb screws at the back, then using this lip here and placing your other hand here, you simply pull it back about ½ an inch, then holding the top panel you simply bring the whole piece forward and it will pivot at the bottom. Now simply lift it out of place. Inside the case it looks very clean with lots of mounting options. At the bottom we have the Psu Shroud, which covers the power unit to keep up with the clean aesthetics. This is ideal for those that have a black PSU and want to follow the white theme. Further along the shroud you have the hard drive bays mounted underneath also. Out of the box you get multiple cables coming from the front panel. These are the headers for the USB 3.0 port, USB 2.0 port, and of course the power and reset headers. Moving these to the back, we can get a better look inside the case. These 3 additional cables are for the Thermaltake ring fans that are pre-mounted into the front panel right out of the box. Mounting for up to a 360mm radiator is possible here. To get the larger radiator into place, you simply need to remove this panel here and then slide the radiator down into the shroud. The motherboard mounts are to the left and will support ATX, micro ATX and mini ATX. You have at the rear 8 expansion slots for the GPU, sound cards and more. You also get the vertical expansion slots and this mount, which will enable you to mount your GPU vertically and have it on show through the panel. Of course, to do this you're going to need to invest in a PCIe riser cable, which are readily available and relatively inexpensive. Moving to the right of the case, you have 3 2.5-inch hard drives or SSD mounts with plenty of ventilation and holes for cable management. There is space on the shroud for mounting an extra hard drive, or alternatively as a mounting platform for a reservoir for custom loops. Last but certainly not least, we now move to the opposite side of the case. Again, we remove the panel via the thumb screws and simply sliding it off as if you would in any traditional case. Once open you can see the mounting points for the hard drives and the SSD drives, the cables again for the front fans, and the space to mount the PSU within the shroud with plenty of ventilation for the PSU fan and holes for cable management. Moving up you have an additional SSD or 2.5-inch hard drive slot. This can of course be removed altogether using this screw here. Down to the shroud again, you have the hard drive bay which we discussed previously. The case comes with 2 drive trays right out of the box. Inside the top tray we have a box containing a fan extension and power leads, and also the additional standoffs and screws you'll need for mounting your system. The drive trays are made from plastic and they have mounting holes on the side to secure the hard drives into position. At the end of each tray you have 2 points that you can simply squeeze together to allow the tray to slide into place. Letting these go will cause the tray to click back into position and secure it in place. And that is the rear side of the case. The Thermaltake View 27 is a stunning case with lots of options for different motherboard platforms and a seemingly endless amount of drive mounting options. Cable management will be relatively simple, with lots of holes for rear access and a generous amount of space between the rear wall and the side panels. Cooling options are plentiful with 4 120mm fans or mounting points for radiators and reservoirs if you wish to water cool your system. Ventilation has been somewhat of a talking point for this case due to the solid acrylic panel on the front. However, it fares well when it's been tested, and with the ventilation at the sides and rear it seems more than adequate. The white snow edition really looks the part and will look fantastic in an office space or on an ultra clean desk. The tinted black acrylic panel shows off the ring fans very well with a very subtle lighting effect. The gullwing viewing panel is simply stunning and incredibly effective for showing off your system. What's more is that despite the vast mounting and expansion options, including ring fans, large viewing panel and premium appearance, this case is still available at under £100, making it incredibly affordable and also a very worthy option. This has been my review of a Thermaltake View 27 Snow Edition. Expect to see more of this case shortly as I will be doing a full setup using this case. If you liked it too and want to get one for yourself, I will as always leave a link in the description below. Don't forget to leave a like on this video, and if you haven't already, subscribe to see more videos like this, and until next time, it's goodbye from me.